Hello there, this is Yasmin West, the Reiki Accountant. For those of you who are new to my YouTube channel, you can find out more about me and the services I provide at thereikiaccountant.com. That is TheReikiAccountant.com. And just a disclaimer here, I will never solicit you directly, so please be smart and don't get scammed for someone that's claiming to be me reaching out to you for services. And today I'm going to do a little fun presentation. It's a little story about our 20th wedding anniversary and a little surprise that we had at the end of it. And I'm titling this Manifesting with the Universe, and it's a story about going with the flow to manifest something truly special on our 20th anniversary, which was all a complete surprise because we had planned something very different, but it ended up even better than what we planned. So let's get started. So it all started with our big plans for our 20th anniversary, and apparently the universe didn't like our plans. I guess they weren't good enough. And it's our actual anniversary date fell on a weekday. So Bob was the dutiful husband and sent me these beautiful roses to my job. And everybody at work got to enjoy them. And they said, "Oh, he's a keeper." And I said, "Oh, yes, he is." And we had actually planned for a really nice dinner out, but we weren't going to do that until the weekend. So Saturday night was our plan to go out for a nice meal at a, fairly nice restaurant and celebrate our wedding anniversary. But as I indicated before, the universe had other plans. Because Saturday morning, we woke up to an angry fridge whose freezer decided to break. So what happened was I woke up in the morning and I was like, oh yeah, a nice lazy Saturday morning, and we were going to get ready and have a great day. And when I went to the fridge and opened up the freezer to get my frozen blueberries for my oatmeal breakfast, they were totally defrosted. And I was like, that's weird. And so I looked at all the other things in the freezer, and they were also defrosted, including the meats. So at that point, it was a mad dash to save all the meats that had thawed out overnight. And because they had fully thawed out, we're like, okay, well, we can cook them, but they can't be refrozen because we don't know how long they've been sitting there. So we live in a great community where we know a lot of people, and our neighbors were friendly with them. So we started calling the neighbors and just giving them some free meat if they wanted to eat it. So we had two neighbors, and one of them just happened to be a professional chef. And let's see, I went too far there. There he is, Chef AJ. And he's retired now, but he worked as a professional chef in a high-end restaurant in the Bay Area. And so when we gave him this huge bag of thawed meat, he was like, well, you know what? Let me just cook it up for you and have you over for a nice dinner. And so we were happy to oblige because our plans had changed since our freezer broke and we were not going to go out to dinner. We were going to try and eat what was left in the fridge. So he ended up cooking us a beautiful meal, and that's us there at the dinner table and in his house. And It was just great. It was nice to meet some new neighbors. And we just had a great evening with lots of laughter, a little bit of wine. And it was just ended up being an evening that far surpassed just a simple dinner out that we would have had at a restaurant. So very nice. And we didn't have to drive or, wait for a table or anything like that. It was perfect. It was simple and perfect and wonderful. And we had a great time. But of course, when we got home, our fridge was still busted. And it wasn't too big of a deal. We're like, okay, we can survive this for a few days. My husband, he's pretty handy with things. And he knew that the fridge component was actually still circulating air, but the freezer component at the bottom the condenser was broken. So if we could keep the bottom part cold and still have it recirculate, then we could at least salvage the items that were in our refrigerator. So it was kind of like camping, where we would get these ice blocks, keep them at the bottom of the freezer, and then it would keep everything up top cold. So we're like, okay, no big deal. We'll open up a ticket with our home warranty, and that was going to take a few days to get through the process and get a repair guy out. And so we just had to be patient and nurse along the big black beast with ice blocks and just see what could be done. And so while we were waiting, and I was like, well, manifesting with the universe here and being in the flow and adaptable to changes, perhaps we'll get a new fridge for our anniversary. So I just kind of put that thought out there, and I just said, wouldn't it be nice if we got a new fridge as an anniversary present for our 20th? And so, I kind of put that out there, and was hopeful for a minute, but then it looked like it wasn't going to happen because they were sending a repair guy out, and when he looked at the fridge, he was like, okay, well, here's what it'll cost to fix it, and it'll take me a few days to get the parts, and so I'll submit this to the warranty company, and we'll get your fridge fixed. And I was like, oh, well, okay, I guess it's not going to happen, but we'll have a working fridge again, so problem solved, right? Well, on second thought, the warranty company was initially going to have the refrigerator fixed, but then within a few days, I'm not sure what happened, but they came back and they sent an email and gave us a proposal that they said it would take another 2 weeks to get the parts. And they said if we would like, they would give us an $850 credit towards a new unit. And so we said, deal. We don't want to wait 2 more weeks for a basic appliance that practically everyone has, and so it's the ice block thing is getting a little old. So we said, yeah, we'll take the credit, and we rolled on down, and we had a new beautiful refrigerator delivered the very next day from Lowe's. And there it is in the picture. You can see it. And what's really nice about this fridge is all of our appliances are stainless steel, and so the big black fridge didn't really match. And so it was nice to get on top of that a matching fridge for our kitchen. So that was the story. And so everything worked out as best as it could. And so now I want to just kind of pull out some key factors here that contributed to the successful manifestation of this happening. So, number one, we set a clear intention for what we wanted to occur, and that was a working refrigerator. And then when it was looking like, hey, maybe this is just a busted old fridge, maybe we just want a new refrigerator, I just planted that seed in there. And at the same time, we were flexible with the energy of the universe, and as things were morphing and changing, so we weren't going to go have a dinner out. We could have been really bummed out about that we weren't having a nice dinner out, but because we were flexible with the universe and just kind of going with the flow, we ended up with a much better dinner. And we just kind of kept this energy going and kept everything kind of lighthearted, like, oh, well, let's see. Maybe this will happen. Maybe that'll happen. But you know what? We're okay either way. And that goes to the next point, that we trusted the universe would provide us with the best possible outcome no matter what. So, maybe we got a new refrigerator, maybe we didn't, but whatever outcome happened, it would have been the best possible outcome for us at that time. And that trust component with the universe is very important for successful manifestation. So, and then on top of that, we were not in a hurry. I mean, we could have very easily gotten irritated having to buy ice every day on our way home from work. But, we saw it as just a minor inconvenience. And it was just kind of like camping in our house. And so we weren't in a particular hurry. And we also were not tied to a particular outcome. So as I mentioned before, either our nice refrigerator, and it was a nice refrigerator with those nice French doors and the pull-out drawer for the freezer. I was fine if the refrigerator got fixed. I was fine if we got a brand new refrigerator. So I was not tied to either outcome. I just kind of presented it out there to the universe for whatever was in our best interest. And so we also had fun with the process, the whole having dinner with a neighbor. I mean, it was just so much fun. And, and when I posed that question, wouldn't it be nice to get a new refrigerator for our 20th anniversary? It was just kind of playful and fun the way I presented it. And so it wasn't like, I have to have it now, And so I've kind of put this presentation together because it's a very, very good demonstration of, in the manifestation process, you do need to work with the universe. And as things start to morph and change, and you shouldn't have doubts that, oh, this isn't going to happen. You just need to consider the fact that maybe it's going to happen a little bit differently than what you originally thought. And you know what? That's not a bad thing. You just need to trust the universe, that the universe knows what's in your best interest. So that is today's presentation on manifesting with the universe, being in the flow, making things happen, but also being flexible and letting the universe surprise you with something that might be even better than what you originally thought you wanted. So I feel like that's a really important lesson, because sometimes what we think we want, it's not so good once we get it. I mean, or it might come with other things that we weren't aware of. So I definitely think that that's an important thing to keep in mind with our manifestations, and to be flexible with them, and to trust the universe always has our back and always knows what's best for us. So that's it for today. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day, and go out there and do some manifestation and be flexible with the universe. Make it happen. Take care now. Bye-bye.